In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college football games happening on September 21st, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Kent State versus Penn State. The Kent State Golden Flashes will be facing off against the Penn State Nittany Lions in an inter-conference matchup this Saturday afternoon. Kent State is still seeking their first victory of the season after suffering a defeat at the hands of Tennessee. On the other hand, Penn State has maintained a perfect record, having narrowly escaped with a win at home against Bowling Green 2 weeks ago. The Penn State Nittany Lions, often regarded as a benchmark for elite college football programs, will host the struggling Kent State Golden Flashes in what promises to be a one-sided contest. Kent State's football program has only managed to secure a single victory since the start of the 2023 season, and their 2024 campaign has begun no more favorably. After enduring a crushing 71-0 defeat against Tennessee last week, the Golden Flashes are now tasked with the formidable challenge of competing in Beaver Stadium. Penn State, meanwhile, comes into this game well-rested following a bye week. The Nittany Lions have started the season strong with a 2-0 record, securing victories both on the road against West Virginia and at home against Bowling Green. Their quarterback, Drew Aller, has been particularly impressive, ranking 5th in quarterback rating among all Football Bowl subdivision players. This game holds the distinction of having the largest point spread of any Football Bowl subdivision matchup this week. My prediction for the outcome isn't based on any confidence in Kent State's abilities, but rather on how I expect the game to unfold. With Penn State set to begin Big Ten Conference play soon, I anticipate that they will not showcase their full playbook in this game. The Nittany Lions possess such a significant talent advantage over Kent State that Saturday's contest will likely resemble more of a warm-up. I predict that Penn State will build an early, comfortable lead by multiple touchdowns, and that we'll see many of their backup players taking the field by the start of the third quarter. Although Penn State is ranked 10th in the nation and could easily overwhelm Kent State, they lack the same urgency Tennessee displayed last week in running up the score. Therefore, the Kent State Golden Flashes to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The Golden Flashes defense has struggled mightily this season, having surrendered 126 points in their 2 games against Football Bowl subdivision opponents. This could be a scenario where Penn State's offense is given the freedom to score at will. Head coach James Franklin is known for maintaining an aggressive approach, rarely easing up on opponents. I believe we'll see plenty of scoring in this game. It's just a question of whether Kent State will contribute meaningfully to the total. Therefore, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Southern California versus Michigan. The highly anticipated Big Ten football season has finally arrived, and we are treated to a marquee matchup on Saturday afternoon between the 11th-ranked Southern California Trojans and the 18th-ranked Michigan Wolverines. Historically, Southern California holds the upper hand in this rivalry, boasting a 6-4 record against Michigan. The Trojans are also riding a 3-game winning streak against the Wolverines, with their most recent victory coming in the 2007 Rose Bowl, where they secured a commanding 32-18 win in Pasadena. Both Southern California and Michigan have already faced some tough competition this season, showcasing their strengths and weaknesses. Southern California made a statement by edging out LSU in a thrilling 27-20 victory, while Michigan struggled significantly, suffering a lopsided 31-12 defeat at home against Texas. These early season results give us a glimpse into what each team brings to the table, and they set the stage for an exciting clash this weekend. In my view, Lincoln Riley's Southern California offense is just as explosive and dynamic as the high-flying Texas unit. With experienced quarterback Miller Moss at the helm, surrounded by a talented group of skilled receivers, Southern California's offense is poised to cause headaches for opposing defenses. If the Trojans can get into a rhythm and execute their game plan, it will be difficult for Michigan's offense, led by Alex Orji, to keep pace. In fact, I find it a bit puzzling that Michigan is opting to start Orji, given that he has only attempted 6 passes this season. While Michigan's offense has been flat, thrusting Orji into this pivotal game seems like a risky move. If the Wolverines are forced to rely on the passing game, I believe they'll struggle to keep up with Southern California's potent attack, which could spell trouble for Michigan. This game will provide valuable insight into Southern California's resilience, especially since it's a true road test. Michigan has been a fortress at home, losing only once in nearly 4 years. That alone makes it tempting to consider taking the free touchdown with Michigan. However, the Wolverines have been inconsistent offensively, and quarterback Davis Warren has been turnover-prone. Michigan also ranks a concerning 89th in pass defense, which is far from ideal when facing a quarterback like Miller Moss, who has looked sharp in the first few games. Michigan's struggles are further compounded by the fact that they are 0-3 against the spread this season, while Southern California is 2-0 against the spread. All things considered, I have more confidence in Southern California's ability to deliver in this matchup. Another key factor is Michigan's unsettled quarterback situation. With Davis Warren being benched after throwing 3 interceptions and Alex Orji not yet proving himself in limited action, the Wolverines are in a precarious spot. Meanwhile, Miller Moss has been impressive for Southern California, and defensive coordinator Danton Lynn seems to be working wonders with the Trojans' defense. Taking everything into account, the Southern California Trojans to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. For Michigan to have a legitimate shot at staying competitive, their best strategy lies in running the football and controlling the clock as much as possible. When Michigan faced Texas earlier this season, they managed just 80 rushing yards on 23 carries, averaging 3.5 yards per attempt. Texas arguably has one of the best defensive fronts in the country, so Michigan may find more success on the ground against Southern California. However, the Trojans' defense has shown significant improvement under the guidance of Danton Lynn, which could present challenges for Michigan's running game. While I do expect Michigan to have some success moving the ball on the ground, I don't anticipate many explosive plays from their offense. In addition to their ground game, Michigan's defense will play a crucial role in keeping this contest close. Their experienced defensive line has the potential to limit the effectiveness of Southern California's high-octane offense, which could keep the score under the projected total. The home field advantage will also be a factor, as crowd noise and the atmosphere at Michigan Stadium could disrupt Southern California's offensive rhythm at key moments. Michigan will need to rely on these factors if they hope to pull off an upset. Michigan is not built to win a shootout against Southern California. If they want to stay in this game, they need to limit turnovers, control possession, and execute a solid ground game to chew up the clock. This strategy will shorten the game and reduce the number of scoring opportunities for Southern California. Meanwhile, Southern California's defense has improved significantly, evidenced by their ability to keep opponents under 30 points in recent games. The Trojans have gone under the total in 2 straight contests and 4 of their last 5 overall. On the flip side, Michigan has also seen the under hit in 2 of their 3 games this season and in 3 of their last 4 dating back to last year. I expect this game to be relatively low scoring, with Southern California ultimately prevailing by a scoreline in the range of 24-10 or 24-13. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Georgia Tech versus Louisville. The Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets will face off against the Louisville Cardinals in an exciting Atlantic Coast Conference matchup on Southern California afternoon. Georgia Tech enters the contest with a 3-1 record, having recently secured a home victory over Virginia Military Institute. Meanwhile, Louisville has started its season undefeated at 2-0, including a solid home win against Jacksonville State. Last season, the Cardinals earned a road victory against the Yellow Jackets, adding an extra layer of intrigue to this showdown. As Louisville begins its conference schedule this week, Georgia Tech has already played 4 games, 2 of which were Atlantic Coast Conference matchups. At this point, we have a pretty clear sense of what Georgia Tech is capable of, so the question becomes, how will they fare against Louisville? Personally, I am strongly leaning toward Louisville in this contest. In my view, Louisville, along with Miami, is one of the 2 best teams in the Atlantic Coast Conference. I believe they have a legitimate shot at returning to the conference championship game for a second consecutive year. That journey starts with taking care of business against Georgia Tech on Southern California. Louisville's defense was one of the nation's best last year, and nearly all of their key players have returned, making them a formidable unit once again. Offensively, the Cardinals added Texas Tech transfer Tyler Show at quarterback quarterback, and early indications are that he has made significant progress since teaming up with head coach Jeff Brom. While Louisville's first two opponents were not particularly strong, the Cardinals have still managed to put up an impressive 600 yards of offense per game. That kind of production is noteworthy no matter the competition. I don't expect Georgia Tech's defense to pose much of a challenge. The Yellow Jackets struggled mightily against Syracuse, allowing 381 passing yards in a game where they were picked apart by a similar high-powered offense. The Louisville Cardinals have been nothing short of explosive on offense this season, averaging 49 points per game, which places them fourth in the nation. They are also racking up 610 yards per game, good for third in the country. Defensively, the Cardinals are allowing just 14 points per game, which ranks 25th nationally, and they are holding opponents to 290 yards per game, which puts them at 27th. Louisville's efficiency metrics are equally impressive. They rank 7th in points per play and 2nd in yards per play, while limiting their opponents to just 0.226 points per play and 4.7 yards per play. Furthermore, the Cardinals are excelling in third down conversions, leading the nation with a 69.23% success rate while holding opponents to a meager 16.67% conversion rate, which ranks third. With a week off to prepare, I expect Louisville's well-oiled offense to overpower Georgia Tech in this game. The Cardinals are riding high, not just with a 2-0 record overall, but also with an undefeated 2-0 mark against the spread. Although early betting action has seen some public money backing Georgia Tech, I believe this is a misguided play influenced by the Yellow Jackets' season-opening performance against Florida State. In my opinion, Louisville is likely much better than most people think. Therefore, the Louisville Cardinals to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Louisville has opened the 2024 season with 2 consecutive games hitting the over, and the trend of high-scoring games at home is well established. 5 of their last 9 home games since 2023 have gone over the total, and in situations where they've been favored, 8 of their last 14 games have also gone over. Additionally, in conference games, 5 of their last 9 contests have gone over the total. On the other side, Georgia Tech has seen 3 of their 4 games this season hit the over, with their only exception being a road game. Since 2023, the Yellow Jackets have had 7 of their 10 conference games go over the total. Georgia Tech has faced some solid defensive teams this season and performed reasonably well, amassing 378 total yards against Syracuse. However, Louisville's defense will face its first real test after dominating 2 weaker opponents. I anticipate plenty of scoring in this game. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.